So nothing specific stories other than as time went on, I think that time in WWE with Eric when he was a character, even though it looks like Vince was having some fun with that stuff, and maybe he was. I'm not trying to defend Vince in that deal. I don't know. It's just that we never talked about it. I think that Eric and I became better friends, and a lot of that animosity, all that, as far as I'm concerned, all the animosity I had towards him for poor me in it on my side. I didn't get him. He helped me. He retarded my break, or I should have had that gig, not him. Wham, wham, wham. It's subsided. I don't give a shit about it anymore. I'm happy, and I'm glad that he had a good run. I've had a great run. So but that time in WWE really helped us establish a relationship not based on the instance of that moment, the animosity, the hurt feelings, and all those things. We both moved on, and to this very day, I think we have a very civil relationship.
Well, he leaves WWE in fun fashion, to say the least. He gets the script, thinks it's funny. They wanted to get his character off the air to give it a rest. Stephanie assures him that's not going to be the end of working with him. They just, wanted to take a break from the GM angle here. He'd been doing it for like 3.5 years as an evil dictator, and he's cool with it. So he takes a look at the script and says, maybe instead of having John Cena throw him into the back of a garbage truck, that it should be Vince who throws him into the trash. And they have a bit of a kangaroo court here. Vince decides his fate on TV, announces he's fired. He gets dumped into the garbage truck, and he's out of there. And that's the end of Eric Bischoff in WWE. And then we know years later, he would pop up in TNA. Were you surprised to see in 2009 that he's getting back in the wrestling business, but it's not with you guys? Instead, it's in fact with Dixie Carter?
A little bit, but not wholeheartedly, because it's like the rest of us, Conrad. It's in his blood, and it's hard to divest yourself of something that you've been so passionate about since you were a kid. And Eric was a fan as a kid, and again had that unique job journey to get where he was. So I wasn't surprised that he was getting back in the game. And really, at that time, Dixie and her crew there at TNA were the best option. There was no WCW, right? So what's next? And you already been at WWE for a few years. So to me, that was the obvious destination. But you're always surprised, because the surprise to me is I wonder what their job description is. I wonder who has what say and what autonomy, or if you don't have any autonomy, what is the structure? And that's what I never did get straight with a lot of the hires there at TNA, is that who was the bull of the woods and who wasn't. And sometimes, as we both know, too many cooks in the kitchen is not a great thing.
Well, he had a little run here recently with WWE that has been pretty well documented, and he's got some other stuff cooking behind the scenes. But it's worth mentioning that Eric Bischoff had way more success producing television shows than he even did in wrestling. And that's hard for us wrestling fans to believe, because the height of WCW and Nitro and the NWO were so big. But I think a lot of fans just sort of lose sight of the fact that he's really more of a TV guy than a wrestling guy. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. And, when he and Bruce both got announced to be, in their new roles on Raw and SmackDown respectively, I like both guys. Their families are still with them and all this stuff. And I just, you hope that they do well, but I never did understand the job description. I always knew this: whoever is running the show on SmackDown, and the reason I say SmackDown because it's on Fox, is a more hypersensitive role in my view than that person on Raw that's answering to the USA people. Now, I'm not saying that one's better than the other. I'm just saying that there's a lot more learned people and a lot more pressure on network television, and all the perks WWE's getting off with all the promotion on Fox, which is astronomical. Sunday football they're all over it. I'm a direct TV, direct ticket guy, or whatever you call it. And I watch a lot of football on Sundays when I can, and there's a lot of promotionless Fox games for SmackDown. It's a great deal. It's a great deal for them. So, I think that the SmackDown role got a bullseye on it, and you got this structure, a corporate structure where there's a fall guy. If something doesn't go quite right, or there's a miscue, or there's a fumble, you got a fall guy that can be replaced, that doesn't try to tear up the machinery. He stuff him out or her out and stuff somebody else in. And I think Eric was a victim of that to some degree, because I never did understand how the system had changed that had been in place forever, where Vince is always the last word. Everything's got to go through him. And if that's still the case, then nothing's changed. You just create a role that is expendable, that if you replace it, it can sound good. It makes sense corporately, but quite frankly, it's almost expected. And it won't be the last time those positions change. I can promise you.
When it's all said and done, what do you think Bischoff's legacy in wrestling will be?
Smart guy, great, really had great ideas, a little ahead of his time on certain things, but a good TV guy, a really good TV guy with a good eye for a solid product, misread, misunderstood by a lot of people, but overall a winner in the wrestling business.
No doubt about it. And he's a winner right here on Westwood One every Monday with 83 Weeks. If you haven't already, go check out 83 Weeks, get Eric's perspective on all things AWA, WCW, WWE, and even a little bit of TNA. And he's pulling no punches over there. And it is a much more business associated conversation, maybe a little less about creative, more about business, but a fun look into the mind of Eric Bischoff, the businessman and the creator and the salesperson. And, Jim, I appreciate you taking the time for us to catch up and talk about Eric Bischoff a little bit. Been a lightning rod of controversy seemingly from the minute he got in the business. And I guess when it's all said and done, he's like a lot of guys in the business, just a businessman. You've said it before. Everybody here's trying to make a living, and it all comes down to the 2 C's, cash and creative. And it certainly feels like that's what it was for Eric as well. And if you're looking to spend a little cash this holiday season, you can pick up that cash and creative shirt at jimrossshirts.com. It is the absolute best way to support the show. Pick up a shirt, jimrossshirts.com. And you and I, man, we're going across the pond. We're going to England to see our pal, Kenny McIntosh. I'm pretty excited about this.
Kenny McIntosh is the Vince McMahon of Great Britain. You didn't know that probably, but it's out there. That could be a shirt. Kenny is a very bright young man, and got a great crew that works with him. We're going to be in London, Manchester, and Glasgow.
Yep. So, February 7th, 8th, and 9th. Your tickets are on sale now at insidetheropes.co.uk/JR. And I can't believe it, but, you can get a VIP experience for just $77, which is priority seating, and you get pictures and autographs and a real meet and greet. And
yeah, man,
it's going to be a good time.
Yeah. Go VIP if you can afford it, folks, really. And Conrad just outlined, there's very affordable tickets. VIP gives you the entire experience, and you won't regret it. I can promise you. We always make everybody feel special that's there because you are. And we're just honored to be able to play in London and Manchester and Glasgow. And, Conrad and I are big eaters. You can tell by looking at us. So we enjoy the different cuisine. I always enjoy the train ride because it rocks my big ass to sleep. I love that. And they got Wi-Fi, folks. They got Wi-Fi. Even for us OGs, we like to have our Wi-Fi. So it's all good. I can't wait to get over there. It's a wham bam tour, Conrad. 3 days, 3 one-night stands in 3 different areas. But only guys like you and me can handle that kind of thing. We got this, Conrad, and I got your back, buddy.
Well, listen, I appreciate everybody having our back this week. We've got lots of fun stuff planned coming your way. Don't you dare miss any of it. Hit that subscribe button. Leave us a 5-star review if you think we've heard it. Tell a friend to check out Grillin' JR every Thursday only on Westwood One. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you
you to notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money, it's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.